Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. So I've done it again. I've torn apart my storage unit. Fortunately, this time I didn't get too carried away. I'm just trying to make some space and get a little bit more organized before we leave tomorrow night. We are heading west to the Blue Ridge area of Virginia for the Highway 29 100-mile yard sale. As you can see, I've got my empty tubs ready. They're going to get loaded in the car, and hopefully we'll find lots of good stuff to fill them up. I'd love to stumble across another toy deal like that box I found at the thrift store, where I found these Star Wars figures, and they are going to our friend Tracy. These 4 Kenner Star Wars die-cast figures only cost me 40 cents, and she got them for $12.71. Thank you, Tracy. As always, our next item going up is a fun little pickup from the bins. I actually didn't know if I was going to list this by itself because I didn't know if it would sell by itself, but it did. This is a little bag chip clip thing, and it's a pair of lips. So cute. I paid a nickel by weight. It sold for $5.06. Now, speaking of the bins, we have lots of bins items going out today, including these 2 Tervis lids. Now, these aren't sold with the cups. These are the kinds that you would buy because you want a special type lid that holds the straw. I paid a quarter by weight. These 2 lids sold for $14.95. I found a lot of Tervis lids that day when I went to the bins. Super exciting. This is also a bins find. This is a Vans webbed belt, and you can see a little skateboard there. At my bins, belts are 50 cents a piece. It sold for $10.75. I recently reorganized all of my office supplies and moved all my Crayola stuff to this one little cubby here. And we sold these 2 Crayola crayon sharpeners that we got at a thrift store for 10 cents a piece. They had a toy box that everything in it was 10 cents each. They sold for $12.95. Now we have a very old, as in been in our store for a long time old item moving out. So somebody sent me an offer on this pair of VTech cordless phones. They have the 2 docking stations, the handsets, and all the cords. And I paid $2 for this bag at a yard sale, and they've been listed forever. Somebody sent me an offer for $10 and I accepted just to get them gone. Probably a lowball offer I should have at least countered on, but I said, you know what, that's going to clear up a lot of space in that cubby, so we're going to take it. Now we have a Starbucks mug going out. And when I saw this at the Goodwill for 99 cents, it was a definite pickup. This is a Star Wars collaboration with Starbucks and sold exclusively at Disney parks. So kind of a trifecta there. I paid 99 cents, which is how much mugs are at my Goodwill, and it sold for $13.96. Now we have a football Pez dispenser going out, and I don't think it's over here, but we're just going to double check before we go up to the big box. And nope, it's with the rest of the footballs up top. So we got to get this big box down. And here it is. This is the Notre Dame Fighting Irish football Pez dispenser. And what's really cool is this is actually going to Notre Dame. We sold it for $6.95 and it's on its way to Indiana. Lately, we've been moving a lot of larger and older items out of our store, and this Bible is no exception. This was a very early pickup at the bins for me, and probably the first Bible I ever grabbed to resell. And I have since learned a lot about what to look for, what to buy, what not to buy, and so on and so forth. But this one's been hanging around in our store for quite some time, and so I am glad to see it clear up some space on that shelf and go to a new home. It only cost us a quarter at the bins, so not too bad. It finally sold for $11.95. Now, an item that hasn't been in our store very long is a refrigerator magnet that we just listed, I would say in the last 48 hours, and it sold very quickly, and actually to one of you guys. This is a miniature cutting board with a little painted goose on it, magnet. So cute, very cottage core granny style. I paid a nickel at the bins for it. It sold for $5.91 and it is going to Alyssa. Thank you, Alyssa, for your purchase and for watching. Next up, we have a Fred Arbogast vintage new old stock fishing lure. And we've had these listed for quite some time and they are just slowly trickling out. This was a find at a private pick and I only paid 10 cents a piece for them. This one sold for $10.16. And our last item going out was a very recent thrift store find. I think these have only been listed a couple days as well. These are Interpure stainless forks and the pattern is called Florence. I had to pick them up at $0.25 a piece. There's 4 of them because the pattern was so pretty, and not surprisingly, they sold for $24.95, so a great pattern. We have $5.79 into all these items, and they sold for $140.30, which is 24 times our money, and it's making space, which this week is the name of the game, so we can bring lots of new cool stuff in. We'll see you soon with another video of what sold.